All right, we're still live at the Spyderquest 2014 Lake George. I've got Mr. Dan McNally. How are you?
I'm fine, Pierre. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you. All right, Dan, you got in late. So we're not going to talk about Spyderquest, but we're going to talk about something just as important. Tell me why you ride a Can-Am Spyder.
Because it's there. I've been drooling over Spyders since I saw the first commercial for one, because I can't ride two-wheelers anymore. My knees went from too many runs in the military. And right after my 65th birthday, my wife said, "Why don't you buy one?" And I said, "Yes, dear."
Wait, I'm just confused. You're over 65?
I'm 66.
Okay.
And I'm here to tell you that riding my Spyder is the most fun I've had in my 60s. It's awesome. It's great. I love doing it. I'm leaving next April to ride out to Tucson, Arizona with some friends and back.
And you'll be leaving from where?
From Kearneysville, West Virginia.
Okay, so how many miles are you going to be putting on that trip?
I haven't a clue because we haven't decided our trip back yet. We're still trying to decide where we need to see.
Okay, that's the best kind of trip. You know when you leave.
We're keeping it open.
You don't know when you're coming back. I know a little bit about that.
The only reason we know when we're leaving is because there's a military reunion we're going to, and we know when we have to be there. On the trip back,
who knows where the Spyder's going to take you?
Who knows where we're going to go. Exactly.
All right.
I'm meeting a guy out in Tennessee that's got a 2013 RTS.
Okay.
There's a guy with a 2014 RT who lives in Tucson, who is leaving and meeting us at the hotel we're staying at 2 days before we get to Tucson, just so he can ride back to Tucson with us.
Okay.
And there are still a few fools on two-wheelers that are going to join us along the way. So there should be a dozen motorcycles by the time we get to Tucson.
That sounds like a good time. What kind of a Spyder do you drive?
I have a 2013 RT Limited.
Okay, and what color is it again?
White, the fastest color.
It's the fastest color. Anything done to your Spyder?
Spyder Pop's bump skid, which I actually managed to bottom out a couple times coming up here on the trip on Wednesday.
I've done that.
Stayed off the highways. Garmin, if you're listening, you need to have an avoidance button for roads that haven't seen maintenance for 40 years.
Okay.
NBV highway pegs with the Spyder peg.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Le Mans makes. Baja Run sway bar.
Isn't that the best $300 on your bike?
Oh, absolutely. It especially like when a semi-trailer blows by you going in the other direction or something, the bike just stays nice and stable. It doesn't wobble anymore. I have a Airhawk R seat, which was probably maybe the second or almost equivalent of the sway bar is a good investment because it turned my original stock seat from a 60-minute seat to riding until my low light level comes on my gas and stopping to get gas.
Okay.
It's awesome.
It's all about comfort for long riding, and I know you like to do long rides.
Exactly. I've got the Rivco flag posts, the ones that mount under the under the opening for the trunk.
Okay. So you got an American flag on one side, and what do you have on the other side?
POW flag on the other. I'm a Vietnam vet and spent 25 and a half years in the military.
Okay. All right, let me go on another subject there. You open up a door for me? What'd you do on 9/11 this year?
I rode the Spyderquest.
Okay, so you were on the road?
I was on the road coming here for Spyderquest. Otherwise, I would have done the 2 million bikers to DC.
Okay, we had a nice moment too. We're going to get the video out there that we had Randy, who's one of the organizers. He actually had a 3-page speech that he wrote himself that he read that was 6 minutes long, but nobody spoke for 6 minutes. He read this at one of the rides that we had that was for a memorial for 9/11 a couple of days ago. So that was a touching moment, and that's the kind of things that you share with your Spyder riders. You get together and you share things like that, and we appreciate all that. Mr. McNally, thank you very much.
Thank you, Pierre. It's great to see you again.
We saw you on the Spyder TV convoy to Spyderfest for a little bit. Maybe next year we'll get you riding a little bit more.
Well, I'm taking longer and longer trips every year.
Okay.
When I first got it, I was a little reluctant to get too far from home because the first long ride I went on, my parking brake cable melted.
Okay.
But I think they've resolved those problems. It's running great now.
And you know, I'm always on the road in the States somewhere, so maybe we can hook up and for a couple of days and ride together.
Works for me.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Pierre. Good to see you.
Appreciate that.